Hi, this is Rob Koderdek with Black Tank. I'm here to introduce you to the newest member of the Cube family, the Pica Cube. In the family we have the 5-inch 100-watt Bra Cube, the 4-inch 50-watt Miro Cube, and now the 2.5-inch 20-watt Pica Cube. Just like the other members of the family, the Pica Cube has our patented thermal management system that enables us to dissipate tremendous amounts of heat in a very small package. So what you get with the Pica is the smallest, brightest, pro-grade fixture on the market. The Pica is available in 3 different LED color configurations. There's red, green, blue, and white color mixing, the 4C. There's a warm, neutral, cool, variable color temperature mixing white light fixture, and also a UV LED black light. So the same color configurations as the Miro Cube, and just like the Miro Cube, it has the same tightly binned, hand-selected optics and LEDs as the other members of the family. So if you were going to do an installation with a Pica Cube, you could use a Miro Cube or a Bra Cube in that same installation and know that all of the colors or all of the tones of white light or even the UV generated will match between the entire family. And also, just like the Miro Cube and the Bra Cube, the Pica Cube has all of the controls built right in the back for added versatility. So this fixture is designed to cross markets. We anticipate this being able to cross between museums and architectural installations right into applications where hiding this fixture in scenery or soffits is required for theatrical applications. The fixture boasts the next generation Black Tank controls integrated right into it, and I'm going to get into a little more detail about how to power this fixture and control it so you guys can get familiarized with it.
So here we're going to talk a little bit about the Pica distro box. Okay, so when you're not using the distro box, what you do is you power the Pica through this green connector here. You can use it in any of the standalone modes, right? So with the WNC, you could use it in preset mode, or you could put it in manual mode. If you wanted to DMX control it with this green connector for power, you'd bring DMX into the fixture using a RJ45, and then you'd bring DMX out of the fixture with another RJ45, and you bring that to your adjacent Pica or Miro Cube or any other DMX controllable fixture. In a lot of installs, it's perfectly okay to have 3 cables coming out of the back of the fixture, but in some installs, this is problematic. It either doesn't look clean enough for you, or it doesn't fit if you're trying to build this into a set piece, for example. So what you do in that case is you use a distribution box, right? So a distribution box allows you to bring both power and data into the Pica Cube with just 1 cable. So instead of all 3, you now end up just bringing in data and power to this jack right in the center of the fixture. So in this case, what you would do is you would take a piece of Cat5 cable, plug it into any one of these outputs. In this case, this distribution box can power 4 Picas, and then you plug the other end of the cable into this jack right in the center, and you're now providing power and data to the Pica Cube. This distribution box can power up to 4 Picas, as you can see here, 240 feet each, right? So you can have a length of 240 feet from the distribution box over to your Pica. There's a bunch of safety features designed into the distro box. So for example, if a contractor wired these connectors wrong, accidentally shorted them out by pinching this into a door, for example, the distro will sense that and it'll go into a fault mode. So what you'll see is if any of these green lights are on, which they are all on right now, that means that each one of these ports is good and ready to go. If this was shorted, for example, this green light would turn off and the yellow light would turn on, indicating that there's a problem.
Right now we're looking at the back panel of the Pica Cube. As you can see, there are a variety of different LEDs that indicate what mode the fixture is in, plus power, status, and fault indicators here on the bottom. There are also 2 buttons and a variable potentiometer that can be turned in either direction to adjust certain functions. As I mentioned earlier, the Pica Cube has built-in power and controls, which enable it to be used in a variety of different applications. I'm going to take you through the different modes so you can learn how it's used. As I mentioned earlier, Pica cubes have a variety of modes that allow lighting designers and end users a plethora of different ways to control them. In order to change the mode of a Pica cube, you press the mode button, and as you can see, the indicator light starts to flash. By pressing it again, I can simply scroll through the different modes. As you can see, this fixture now is set in DMX mode. If I wanted to set it in manual mode, which would allow me to set a color for the fixture or a color temperature using the WNC, I simply press the button and scroll to manual mode. In manual modes, just like Brock cubes and Miro cubes, Pica cubes retain the last setting that they had in memory. So this one had a pre-existing setting. If I want to go back to DMX mode, it's simple to do by using the mode button. In order to change the DMX address of a Pica, all I need to do is set the fixture in DMX mode and then use the Learn button to change the DMX address. So I'm going to do that now. So if I press this button, you can see the status indicator light starts blinking slowly. In order to change the address, I simply need to know what channel of control I want the first channel of the fixture to be set to. So for example, I'm going to set this fixture to channel 123. In order to do that, I use this adjustment knob and I set the numbers to, for example, 1 for the 100, 2 for the 20, and 3 for the 3. Now this fixture is set and will respond to DMX sent down channel 123. To find out what DMX address a Pica is set to, press the toggle button, and when the status indicator light is flashing slowly, press the mode button. When I press the mode button, the status indicator light will blink to tell me what each of the 3 digits are set to for the DMX channel. So you'll see that the first channel is 1, the second is 2, and the third is 3. If you want to set a Pica to an address lower than 100, simply input zeros instead of the 100 or the tens digit. For example, if you wanted to use DMX channel 3, you would input 003.
Okay, so to use the fixture in manual mode, we'll press the mode button to move it from DMX over to manual. Now, since this is a WNC, you can adjust the warms, the neutrals, and the cools individually. You have the option of setting the coarse adjustment of each color temperature in addition to a fine adjustment. Most of the time, the coarse adjustment is probably all you'll need. So once you're in manual mode, press the toggle button, the status LED begins to flash slow. Every time you press this, the LEDs on the front are going to flash, showing you what color you're about to adjust. So there you can see the neutrals, the cools, the warms. Neutrals, cools, warms. So let's say I want to adjust the cools. So you press this until the cools flash. Then you take the rotary switch, and as you turn it, you can see the cools are coming up. And so there's 16 steps here, off, and then 15 intensity steps. So once you dial in the color with the coarse setting that you like, you can either leave it there, you'd press the mode button to exit and it would save that setting, or you can press and hold the toggle button and the status LED will start flashing fast. And now you actually have 16 more steps that are in between the coarse steps. And again, once you're finished, you press the mode button to save and exit, or you would adjust the next color. So now we can add a little bit of warm to it. Again, here I'm adjusting the coarse. So there's the warms on max. Save and exit. So the Pica cube can also be used in preset mode. Since this is a WNC, preset mode will let you adjust the color temperature and the intensity directly rather than having to individually set the warm, neutrals, and cools. So again, we use the mode button to move it from manual into preset. So now we're in preset mode. So hitting the toggle button, you get the status LED to flash slow, and we're adjusting the intensity of the preset color temperature. So again, when the knob is set straight up, that's off, and we get 16 intensity steps of the preset color. To adjust the actual color temperature, we'll start by leaving this on maximum brightness so you can see it. We're going to press the toggle button again to get the status LED to flash fast, indicating that we're now going to be setting the color temperature. And so now you can see, again, with the knob set straight up, you have the warmest color possible. In this case, it's 2700. And with the knob straight down, you have the coolest color temperature, 6500. And so you have all these settings in between. So there, we can set it to something in the middle. And then again, if we want to adjust the intensity of that setting, press the toggle button to get the status LED to flash slow. And now again, we have 16 intensity steps. That color temperature will remain constant through all of these different intensities. And again, once you get your setting and you're happy with it, you always press the mode button to exit. The status LED flashes super fast to indicate that that setting is being saved. So here we'll press it. It's now saved, and you could unplug the fixture and plug it back in and it would retain that setting.
There are also a variety of advanced features that the Pica has built into it as well. We're not going to get into those in this video today. Those include things like filament fade mode, an 8-bit and 16-bit mode, and also the ability to control the fixture using serial, which is common in building and also show control systems. For more information about that, users can either contact Roscoe or the Black Tank, or also look at the user manual for more information.